Hey everyone. I guess I'm just gonna make a quick little tutorial on how to make it so that you can operate your AeroGarden light like this, using like a Raspberry Pi like that. So basically, I have a Raspberry Pi with a camera set up here to take a picture of my plants there and do basically generate a time lapse. Obviously, like the pictures don't really work at night or like when the AeroGarden light is off, so that makes the time lapse not super good. So I'd like to be able to operate that Raspberry Pi, or operate the light for the AeroGarden, but using the Raspberry Pi. So whenever I want to take a picture, I turn on the light and then turn it off after I'm done. Anyways, so how you do that, just forewarning, like you can totally like destroy your entire AeroGarden, so only like really do this stuff if you know what you're doing. But basically how this works is that there's like an LED driver chip like right there, and it has an enable pin that will basically turn on your light. So if you provide that enable pin with like 3.3 volts, then it will turn on your light. You don't really have to care about over there because it is actually broken out here. There's like a little microcontroller on this board somewhere. I didn't like trace it all out, but effectively this wire here on this cable going to your board, that is the enable for your light. So basically what you need to do is just like have another path that you can route through your Raspberry Pi and provide that signal. So how I went about doing that is you have a little 3.3 volt regulator right there. On the positive part of it, I just tagged off a red wire. Then it goes, I'll talk about those two little sections in a second, but you just basically splice in your own wire, and then it comes back to, assuming that we'll touch these together, it comes back to right here. So I'll just try and make this nice and steady. So there's the light, there's like a little resistor with R1 that has a light stencil text on the solder mask. So if you just connect a black wire or whatever color you want to that, the positive side of that, then you touch these two wires together, your light turns on. And then that still retains the ability to do it like via your front panel here, so you can still do it like that, because it's just two completely separate paths. The only caveat is that to make it so that you don't have like voltage backfeeding, and like where you would like potentially like wreck this microcontroller, I put two basically diodes in line with them, and these are just simple. I got the package. They are 1N34A germanium diodes, super low forward voltage drop. Basically, you just put those in line going so current can flow that way towards the board, or towards the LED board. You just put one of those there, and that will make it so that you can't backflow. Hopefully this is maybe helpful to someone. See you. Okay, so I just rewatched that and thought I'd give a little more details. Here's a super crude, kind of crappy drawing of what I did. Basically the AeroGarden, this is your primary path. I'm covering up the new stuff that I did. So primary path, there's a microcontroller. I basically installed a diode between the output of that, which you don't really need to care about, and the enable. So you need to add that diode, and then you need to like splice in this extra path. So that path starts out at 3.3 volts back at that regulator, goes through a diode, then it goes out to, and this is a part I didn't explain. I just touched them together in the last video part, but really what you do is you put it through like a one of these relay controlled Raspberry Pi or Arduino things, and that would do your actual connection. Then you follow the black wire back to the like place where you splice in the enable, which is at like this branch right here, and then that's your LED enable. Okay, actually by this time.